Welcome everybody. Today's topic is pipe joints. It is a freehand work. Today we are preparing freehand work on pipe joints. The practice sheet number 6 it is. Now let us see what are these pipe joints and what are we going to learn. First of all, let us see here. There are different types of pipe joints are shown, and what is the function of these joints. If you see, you must have seen this many times. Today we are going to see what are they called as and how they function. The main objective of these pipe joints is to connect two different pipes, and while connecting there are different situations which are taken care of by these different types of pipe joints. Sometimes two pipes are to be connected in straight line just to extend the length. Sometimes two pipes are connected in straight line but their sizes are different. Sometimes two pipes are connected at 90 degrees, forming 90-degree angle. Sometimes the pipes are connected to form a T kind of a joint, and so on. So now let us see how this is done. These are simple pipe joints which are seen, say like in domestic piping system you might come across such kind of pipe joints. Now we start with the first one. Now this clarity is not there, but I will explain to you what it shows. So what it has shown here is, it is shown in half section. So this lower part below the center line, this is shown uncut. That means from outside how it will be seen, that is here. And then from inside what you are going to see, that is shown here as a section. Now how many parts are here? Here there are total 3 parts. So you can see this part is a pipe end coming from the left side. This is the end of the pipe, it ends here. And then on this side it can be of any length. This is second pipe which ends here, and then on this side it has got any length. Now these two pipe ends, they are brought together. They are brought near each other. And as you can see here clearly, because it is section, the section lines are shown. And you can also see here the threading is shown. I just take it closer. The quality is not good, but then you can see my explanation and try to understand what it shows. So this is the pipe diameter, and after that is the threading that is shown here till the end. Same thing on the other side. It is not seen, but it is exactly same thing, but the section lines are drawn of a different type. But again, this is a pipe of its normal diameter, and after that there are threadings here. Now these two threadings which are there, they are of same type and they are from outside. They are called as external threadings. Now this part is called as a coupler. This is something like a hollow pipe. Now this pipe has got threading from inside. So you can see here, this pipe, coupler it is called as, it has got threading from inside, and this internal threading is getting engaged with the external threading of this pipe. Same way, this part of the internal threading is getting engaged with the external threading of this pipe. That means this internal threading is covering the external threadings of both the pipes coming from two sides. So when you start rotating them, you will find that these pipes, they will be coming closer to each other, and as a result the tight joint will be formed. And sometimes between these two joints the gasket is put, some plastic or rubber gasket is put between the two so as to prevent the leakage. So I'll just show you how it is shown. This is one, then this is the internal diameter, then there is similar pipe on the other side. This is the internal diameter. So I have drawn two pipes. This is the center line. I have drawn everything above center line, and then here you will find that there is another part that is called as a coupler, which is shown like this, and it has got threading which is engaging with this threading. When you draw there, you show that it is matching. These serrations, they are matching. There is a section, and then between these two here at this place here, now what I have shown dark, whatever I have shown here dark, this is a rubber gasket. So when you are rotating this coupler, these threadings, they are brought together, and as a result what happens is the joint takes place when you rotate this pipe and when you rotate these ends of the pipe. that time the pipes move towards each other and they are pressing this rubber gasket and the joint is formed. So like that, this coupler what is shown here, you can see here it is called as a coupler. So this coupler is working like this. So this is a figure which you can draw. Now having seen this, similar arrangement is done by different ways. So now you can see here the next part is called as a nipple. Now what is shown here is, this is a part, it is a small piece of pipe only. Now this is used for connecting two pipes, but then this remains inside the pipe. You can see here, it is not very clearly seen, but let me explain to you what is shown here. Here on this piece of pipe, the threading is there on the outside. The threading is on the outside. So if I draw, so this is a pipe and here there is a threading, and then this is a section of the pipe. So because it is a section, I have shown the section lines. So this is how the nipple is. The threading is on the outer side. This is a connector. So just like a coupler, this is a nipple. Coupler and nipple, they are doing the same work. They are joining the two pipes. But in the case of a coupler, the coupler is joining the two pipes from outside because it has got threads from inside. Whereas nipple is joining the two pipes from inside because it has threads on outside. So where is the pipe here? Now in this example, the pipe is from outside. So now what I have drawn is a pipe. This is one pipe. It has got internal threading. This internal threading is matching with this threading. Then on the other side, again there is a pipe. Like this. In fact, I should not show like this. It is to be shown by double lines. Like this. See, this is one way of showing the threading. By actual, the serrations of the threading are shown like this, and this is shown by convention. So this and this convention is different. Here the threading is shown by V like shapes, but here it is shown by double line. So double line is a convention for showing the threads. Now this double line threading, for the nipple it is from outside, for the pipe it is from inside. One pipe, second pipe, and then the internal threading of the pipe is matching with the external threading of this nipple. Now in this case what happens, outside the pipe there is no extra projection, it is in one level, whereas here inside the whatever is the liquid that is flowing, that the flowing liquid has got obstruction because of this nipple inside, because this is the original diameter of the pipe and this is the diameter because of the nipple. So the liquid that is flowing, it has to get slightly diverted like this, and this is causing some kind of obstruction. So this could be, let's say, disadvantage, but the advantage is from outside the two pipes are in one level as compared to here where the coupler is there. So the outline of the pipes, it gets disturbed and this extra projection is created on the outside. So sometimes this might be a problem, whereas this is a disadvantage here. Here the disadvantage is that it is obstructing the flow. So coupler here and nipple here, both are serving the same purpose of joining the two pipes. Now you can see here again there is a reducing socket, it is called as. Now here what you see is the threading is from inside. You can see here the threading is from inside, and this again is a connector. So you can call this as a kind of a coupler only. This is a coupler and this also is a coupler because it has got threading from inside. This has also got threading from inside. But the difference here is that it is called a reducing socket. It is not called as a coupler. Although it is a kind of coupler, it is called as socket, but it is reducing socket. Reducing means you can see here the diameter is different, here the diameter is different. That means the two pipes which you are connecting, they are going to be of different diameter. Here the two pipes, they are of same diameter. Here the two pipes which are going to be connected, they will be of different diameter. Now here the pipes are not shown, only the reducing socket is shown, and the internal threading is shown by double lines, double lines, double lines, and double lines. Now again the same thing, half shown. This half part is not shown in section, this part is shown in section. So because this is shown in section, when you draw it something similar here. That means you are going to draw section lines here all over, and you are going to draw double lines and double lines at these two places. So double lines will end here, these double lines will end here. That's why this line has come. And on this side, it is not shown in section. Instead of that, it is shown by dotted lines. So the double lines are shown by dotted lines like this. This is also shown by dotted lines. Because this is not cut, this is cut. Only upper half is cut. So this is reducing socket used for connecting two pipes of different diameters. And it is connecting from outside. It has got threading from inside. Now the next part is called as a plug. Now this plug is a part which is a solid part. First of all, the meaning of plug is, it is for the purpose of blocking the pipe. You know, sometimes what happens, the pipe end which is there, which is containing liquid, we don't want that liquid to flow further away. We want the end of the pipe to be closed. So when you want to close the end of the pipe, this plug is used. As the name suggests, plug means it is plugging the pipe, it is locking the pipe. It is stopping the liquid from flowing. So for this, what is done is, again this is a solid part. This solid part has got threading from outside. You can see there are double lines here. Now these double lines mean that there is a threading from outside. When you draw double lines. And then here, these two cross convention that is shown, two rectangles with a cross. This is a convention. This is a convention showing that this is a flat surface, and this also is a flat surface. So when there are two such flat surfaces, there are two more flat surfaces behind this. So 2 and 2, 4 surfaces, they are forming a square. So what you see here is a side view of a square. So this much part is a square. That means if you take a section here, that section will be like a square. Or if you take a view from right hand side, you will see that it is a square. And this is a cylinder, and this cylinder has got a threading from outside. So because of outside threading, this will go inside a pipe. The pipe which you want to block, the flow which you want to stop, that pipe will have threading from inside, and that inside threading will match with this threading. Okay, so let me just show you how it will look. Now these double lines are showing the threading, and this is a section. Now suppose I show the section, if I look in this direction to this part, then it will look like this. And then it will have a background of this one, which has got a threading. Like this. Now this is purposely drawn incomplete because threaded convention is like this, which we will learn after some time. So this square shape is for this, and what this square shape is doing is, this is used for the purpose of connecting the spanner. So with the help of spanner, the spanner will be fitting across these flat surfaces, so that this entire plug you can rotate and you can fix it with these threadings inside the threading of a pipe and block the pipe. That's why this is called as a plug. So these three parts, and the fourth one, which is the coupler. So coupler, nipple, reducing socket and plug. We have seen these four parts. All of them are used for connecting the pipes, or here it is used for blocking the pipe. Now see the next set of things. You can see here, again there are pipe joints. They have got different names. We will see them one by one. So this is called as a bend. Now this is a long bend and this is a short bend. So the radius of curvature here is larger, here the radius is short, although the pipe size is different. Now what this shows is, here again there is a pipe which is bent like this, and if you can see, the clarity is not there, but what you can observe here is that there are double lines from outside, meaning that the threading is from outside. Here also threading is from outside. Here section is shown, partial section it is called as. So the pipe is partially cut just to show you the internal details. And you can see this is the inside diameter of the pipe, which is not seen here because it is not cut. This is the outside view. So partial section shows the inside view. So this is the internal diameter, and on the external diameter there are double lines which are representing threadings. So because the threadings are from outside, this particular end of the bend that will get fitted to the pipe. So from this side pipe will come, the end of the pipe will come up to here, and that end will have internal threading. That internal threading will match with this, and it will get connected. Same thing from the other side. So two pipes coming from two sides, one like this and one like this. These two pipes are joined to each other at 90 degrees by using this bend. So this part is called as a bend, used for connecting two pipes at 90 degrees. Threading is from outside. Now you can see here again there is a bend. Now this time the type is different. The bend is short bend. The curvature is like this, radius is less, and here the difference is there is a threading from inside. You can see here the threading is from inside. So this will connect the pipes from outside. So the pipe end will come here. That end of the pipe will have threading from outside. That outside threading will match with this. Same thing on the other side. And these two pipes, one coming from here, one coming from here. Both these pipes, they will be joined by this bend from inside. The connection will be from inside, threading is from inside. Now next is, this also is used for connecting two pipes at 90 degrees, but the name is elbow. The name is not bend, it is elbow, and the difference, as you can see here, that it is forming a sharp 90 degree angle. So two pipes will come from one side, one from here, one from here. The pipe will have threading from outside, and this elbow has got threading from inside. So the pipe will be fitted inside, and here also inside by making use of this threading, and the joint is formed. The only difference is here it is at 90 degrees, whereas earlier case there was a curvature. So as you can see here there is a curvature, and here there is a sharp 90 degree bend. It is called as elbow. Now this is another type. This is called as a T-joint. Now as you can see clearly here, T-joint is used for connecting three pipes. So one pipe comes from here, second pipe comes from here, and the third pipe comes from here. So three such pipes are connected to each other, and while connecting, as you can see again here, the section shown, this half side is, left side is shown in section. So it shows that this is the thickness of this joint, and then the threading is, the double lines are from inside, double lines from inside, double lines from inside. This is where the double lines end. From this side the double lines will end here, that's why this line has come. So because the double lines are from inside, that means the threading is from inside. So the pipes which are connected, so one pipe comes from here, that pipe will have threading from outside, and that outside threading will get matching, it will be matched with the internal threading. So it will get engaged from here, this pipe will get engaged on this threading, and one more pipe coming from this side will get engaged into the threading. Now that is not seen because this side is not shown in section, only the left side is shown in section. So like this T-joint is used for connecting three pipes at a time, forming a T-joint. Now exactly same thing here, but the difference is it is called as a cross, and it is forming a cross joint. So now here there are four pipes coming at one place. So four pipes coming from four directions, they are connected here, and here the cross has got threading again from inside. So the pipes will have threading from outside, and they will get connected by these threadings. So that is called a cross joint. So let's see what we have learned just now. So as you can see here, we have learned five types of joints here. One is the bend, second is first is a long bend, second is a short bend, then there is a elbow, then there is a T, and then there is a cross. Cross is for four pipe connection, T is for three pipes connection, elbow is two pipes connected at 90 degrees. This short bend again connecting two pipes at 90 degrees. All these four, they have got threading from inside, and this is from outside. Pipe has got external threading, this has got internal threading, and this long bend is the one which has got threading from outside. Okay, so we have seen these many things which are used as pipe joints for fitting different types of pipes. Now having seen this, now let's see the one more type of pipe joint. This is called as a screw flange. That means the joint is formed by making use of a flange. So as you can see how this is made here. Now this is what is shown here is a pipe. This part is a pipe. So this is the end of the pipe, and here it is shown incomplete. That means this can be of any length on this side. Only the end is shown. Now this end of the pipe has got threading from outside. So here there is a threading. So like last time we have seen that say some such coupler. Since this has got threading from outside, then this coupler which has got threading from inside, that can be fitted here. So that coupler can come and fit here, and one more similar pipe will come from the other side that can be connected. But here the process is different. Here it is not connected by coupler. The pipe is connected by this kind of a disc. Now this disc is called as a flange, and as you can see here, it is called a screw flange, meaning that this is some kind of a disc that is taken. Now this disc has got threading from inside, so that internal threading is fitted on this external threading of the end of the pipe, and then this disc has got holes like this. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it is shown partially cut, and these 6 holes which are there, they will be fitted with, connected with similar 6 holes on the other side. So exactly same thing will be there on the other side. So there will be pipe coming from this side that also will have similar threading, and that also will have similar flange on the outside. So two such flanges, when they are brought in front of each other, they will touch each other at this place. Between these two there will be one gasket that is placed, and then how to connect these two joints, two flanges, that is done by these holes which are there. Through these holes nut bolts will be passed, and with the help of nut bolts two such flanges will be connected to each other with a gasket in between. So as a result the joining will take place. Now let's see how this is done. Okay, so I have shown this pipe on one side, threading continues and then goes away. So I have shown one pipe, and then I have shown also the flange. This is a hole here. Now exactly same thing will be there on the other side, and here in between the two, this black thing what I am showing, that is a gasket. Okay, and then this is another flange of the other side. I am drawing exactly same mirror image.